Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of Braid School. If you are new to the class, I am Vandy, your teacher for the evening. Every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we come together to learn and talk about all things related to braiding. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you aren't late to the next class. This week's lesson is going to be on ways to seal the ends of braids to keep them bad boys from unraveling on you. Whether you want them neat or sleek, curled or crinkled, we're going to discuss methods to achieve the results you're looking for. So make sure you grab your notes and let's get started. We're going to start first with classic hot water dipping. Dipping the ends in hot water only works with synthetic hair because if you remember from our previous classes, synthetic hair can be molded with indirect heat. By dipping the braids into boiling hot water, the heat smooths the strands and softens the braids for flexibility and movement. To demonstrate, I'm going to show you a single braid I have here that I braided all the way down to the ends as far as I could. I've already snipped off as much of the frizz as I can. I'm going to grab my hot water kettle. You can get one of these at pretty much any store, Walmart, Target, Kmart, if Kmart exists in your area. But of course, you can probably get one on Amazon. I've had this one for many, many years. And I don't like to dip in the actual kettle. I like to put it in one of these pitchers that I got from the dollar store just because it's deeper. And just dip that braid in there. And as you can see, it's already starting to mold the braid into a smoother place. You can see the line of demarcation here. And I'm going to grab my towel and actually smooth it out some more, just to make sure it's nice and even and thin. And there you have it. As long as you dip it that way, it will not come unraveled. And here is a side-by-side on a braid that hasn't been dipped. Hot water dipping is also very useful in curling the ends of the braids. All I'm doing is curling it up with a perm rod. You'll want to use like something plastic or something heat resistant that is not going to melt in the water. I also have used flexi rods, that works, and straws don't work as well because they're thin plastic. But there you have it. There is a beautiful curl made with hot water. And I tell clients all the time, if you go with the curl and you decide you don't want it later, just dip that bad boy back in some hot water and it's straight again. And here's a cute little picture of one of my little clients with beautiful curls. And of course, wouldn't you guessed it, it works for the crinkle as well. So to get the crinkle, all I'm going to do is braid down a section of braid. I'm going to bake them in my hot water for about 10 seconds or so. When I take it out of the water, I'm going to make sure that I pat it dry. And one thing to consider that's very important is let the braid cool off before you unravel it. Same thing goes for the curls. Make sure you cool them off. So even if it takes too long for them to dry, get you a blow dryer on cool setting and cool them off first because you want that hair to set into place before you set the style. Next, I'm going to show you how to seal with direct heat using my favorite flat iron. This is the Par 1 Pro 1.5 inch flat iron that I got off of Amazon. Don't worry, I'll leave that link in the description box below. I love this flat iron because you can clearly see the heat settings on it and it heats up super fast. When sealing the braids, we don't want to burn them off, girls, so I'm going to lower my setting down to 390. In my experience, temps between 350, no higher than 400 for this method will work. Once it's heated up, I'm going to tap the braid one time, and there you have it. It is sealed and into place. I love this method for my kids. My kids always end up playing in their braids, or they have other kids playing in their braids, and they tend to come unraveled. So this method works really good for the kids. And then you can still dip them in the water and you can still adjust the curled ends or crinkled ends however you want to at the end. It's just that the heat, the direct heat, keeps that braid sealed into place. So remember last week we covered how to do a feed-in? Well, this time we're going to apply that same method to goddess braids. And don't worry, there's a method to the madness. So with goddess braids, we're going to feed in a very small piece of crochet hair to the bottom of the braid. The reason for doing this is because the crochet hair will keep the curl pattern throughout the length of the style. If you try to achieve this by using the hot water method, over time the curl will relax and it will also get a little tangled. So we rely on crochet hair to keep that beautiful goddess look. So what I've done here is I've braided all the way down until I can no longer almost see the braiding hair itself. And then I'm going to take a very small piece of the crochet hair and begin to tie it around the base. Once I've tied it around a couple of times, I'm going to tap it twice with my curling iron, which I've turned up to about 410 degrees because I want it to have a little bit more adhesion. And I'm going to use it also to smooth out some of the frays because I'm not going to be able to dip this in hot water, and I'll show you why in just a bit. But first I'm going to snip off those little straight ends at the bottom, and now we have a beautiful goddess braid. If you don't feel comfortable with the flat ironing method, I know a lot of people like to use the nail glue or super glue method. The only hang up is that you got to be careful with what type you use and how much you use it because it can have that little white residue at the bottom of the braid. I prefer to use this method for rope twists or Senegalese twists for added security because you have more likelihood of that braid unraveling. And as you can see here, I'm still dipping it in the hot water. It does not mess with the glue or anything like that, but it does add that security for you. Now back to that goddess braid we just did. Here's why you can't dip it in the hot water. It's because the crochet hair is synthetic also. So what do you think is going to happen? When I dip it into this hot water, it's going to relax that braid and make it straight. So now we've basically just ruined the whole style and all of that work we put into it. Last but not least, I'm going to show you how to do the classic blunt burnt end. You will typically see this in bob styles and blunt cut type braids. Most people will use a lighter or a candle, but I got so tired of my hands getting singed and burned off, I had to come up with a new method. So I grabbed an old crusty flat iron and I am going to put it at the highest heat possible, which is 450 on this particular one. I'm going to put it in the spot where I want that braid to cut off, and I'm going to hold it there until it melts off completely. Once it cuts off and I can twist it off at the bottom, I'm going to trim it up, palm roll it, and there you have it. I've got myself a nice blunt end. So that's it for this session, which means it's now discussion time. This week's question is kind of scientific and may require a bit of research for some of you. A lot of people wonder, if your natural hair is within the braid and you hot water dip it, can you get heat damage, girl? Make sure you leave your answers below and I will post the answer on next week's session. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's happening. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you learned something, hit that like button and share it with all of your friends so I can continue to bring you content just like this. Thanks for joining us today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.